Well, we've crash landed in a new year. We have another disaster of a presidential election in the waiting, but let's go back in time. What things can officially be said to have happened a century ago on that very Tuesday? Firstly, the 1924 Rose Bowl was played in Pasadena, California, between the Washington Huskies, based out of the University of Washington in Seattle, and the Navy Midshipmen, based out of the United States Naval Academy in Annapolis, Maryland. Both teams had only accumulated one loss in the season, and the game ended in a tie of 14-14. Secondly, a millionaire oil broker named Cortlandt Stark Dines was shot during a New Year's party at his Colorado home by the chauffeur of actress Mabel Normand. The whole event caused and/or exacerbated a scandal. Dines survived the shooting, though, and lived another 21 years before his death on 13th of March, 1945. There were no notable deaths as far as I can find, but there were two notable births. The first was Earl Torgeson, a first baseman for multiple major league teams, including the Boston Braves and New York Yankees. Nicknamed the Earl of Snohomish, referring to his birthplace, a town in Washington state. The second birth was Francisco Macias Nguema. Nguema was the first president of Equatorial Guinea, serving from the country's independence on the 12th of October 1968 to his overthrow on August 3, 1979. Nguema was one of the craziest and most brutal African dictators to date. Among many other things, Nguema frequently smoked marijuana and drank a traditional African hallucinogen known as iboga, praised Hitler in a speech given during the campaign for independence, and banned the word intellectual. The most bizarre thing he did occurred on Christmas Day of 1969. He had 186 political prisoners taken to a stadium in Malabo, the capital city. 150 were lined up and executed by individuals dressed up as Santa Claus. The other 36 were forced to dig a ditch and were buried up to their necks, where red ants slowly killed them over the following days. All while this was happening, the song Those Were the Days by Mary Hopkins was playing over a loop on the loudspeakers. He referred to himself as God in a unique miracle, while opponents referred to him as the Pol Pot of Africa, and to his rule of Equatorial Guinea as the Dachau of Africa. He was overthrown by his nephew, Teodoro Obiang Nguema Mbasogo, in 1979 after he ordered the execution of members of his own family, including his brother. He was then tried by the new government at request of his family and was reportedly sentenced to the death penalty 101 times. He was executed on September 29, 1979. Teodoro Obiang has served as the president ever since, continuing to run his mafia state with an abysmal human rights record. Now, why did I make this video, you may ask? I felt I had to make something for the new year, and I didn't want to go with the I hit record and wave the camera around for 10 seconds thing again. Whatever. Drink your water and stop falling over.